Okay guys, so we're back in the garage again today playing Corvair, and what our project today is to try to make a little more progress on our field find engine swap for our 1964 Corvair that sits behind me. So in our last video we made it as far as separating off the differential from the motor, getting all of the side and top tins pulled off and all the accessories yanked. So today we're just going to continue that process of getting this thing stripped down and ready to swap. So I think that our goals today are to get the kind of the top of this cleaned off, all the mouse houses and junk off of it, and get the oil dropped out of it, and get the bottom shrouds pulled off and the oil pan pulled off and the top cover pulled off, and then eventually get this thing back off of the engine stand and onto a rolling box so that I can pull the bell housing and the pulley so I can start getting at the main seals so I can get those replaced. So at that point, I'm going to pretty much be all cleaned up and stripped down as far as I want to go, and I think we'll be ready to start the reassembly process. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the next thing I want to do here is drain this oil pan, get this thing out of fluid. So I have a 7/8 ratchet here. We'll see if we can break this thing loose. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I let that oil drain out of the pan for about an hour, and I'm pretty confident that I got about as much out of there as it wants to gravity feed. So what I want to do now is try to rotate this motor over to the underside so that I can begin to work on getting the lower shrouds off, so I can finish getting all of the debris and mouse houses out of it. You see, junk is just falling out of here. Beautiful. So handy to have an engine stand. Okay, so this is where we're at. I want to get this shroud off and this shroud off, and then get the oil pan off. So that is where we are at. Okay, so now that I've got the bottom shrouds off, I can go back to the top and finish cleaning out the fins so that all the debris has somewhere to go, because those bottom pieces, those bottom tins were kind of capturing everything and hiding it from me. So let's get this back over. Okay. Okay, so now that I've got the fins pretty well cleaned out from the top, I'm going to flip it upside down once again and see what we can do next. Starting to look a little bit more presentable. Kinds of junk still falling out of this thing. Okay, that is everything I need off of the bottom at the moment. Let's flip it over again. Okay, so now what I want to do is get this top cover off, if I have the right tool for that. Okay, so I think we got this thing ready for its next step. I've got the engine off of the engine stand and onto this rolling tough box where I can work on my next set of disassembly here. So I got it all cleaned up. I've got all of the fins blown out with an air compressor. I've got the top cover back on, all the oil's out of it and drained, and I have the oil pan cover back on temporarily so I don't continue to get stuff in it. Have all the holes plugged off, so it's looking pretty good. And then I've just supported the engine on top of this tough box onto a couple of stacked 1x6s so that the bell housing and the rear engine mounting system in the back there are hovering off the box so that I can get them pulled. So I want to get this bell housing off so I can get to this rear main seal, I guess that's the front main seal, and get it replaced. Now I won't be reusing this bell housing because this is set up for an automatic transmission, and I'm putting this into a manual transmission car, so it'll need a different bell housing. But my goal today is to get this bell housing off, and get this system or this the mounting plate back in there all cleaned out, get it ready and prepped for a new bell housing and seal, and then we will move on. So let me get that pulled. Okay, looks good. So that's that. I will take and clean all this up here once I get the rest of this pulled off. But now let's spin it around and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so now that this is flipped around, again, my goal is to get into here so I can get to the, in this case, the rear main seal. So I need to pull this engine mount, this bottom tray, and these two pulleys. Now, I don't think I'll be able to reuse this engine mount because this is a late model motor and it's going into an early model car. I have to check, but I'm pretty sure they take a different mount. So I won't be reusing that. And also I have two pulleys because this was an AC car. The second pulley is for the AC compressor. And this is not going into an AC car, so I won't need this second pulley as well. But my goal now is to get this bottom engine mount off, the tray out, and these pulleys off to get to that rear main seal. So here we go. Ooh, yummy. Okay guys, so it looks like I got this thing about tore down as far as I think I want to, and I think I've got it about as clean as I think I need to. So my next gig is to round up all of the O-rings, gaskets, and seals that I need to get this thing kind of sealed up and holding fluids for us. And so then I think we're going to be about ready to start reassembling this thing. So I think that's going to do it for today. I think next time we're going to try to get the front and rear main seals put in, the push rod tubes O-rings put on, and the top cover gaskets and the oil pan gasket put on. So that ought to pretty well seal us up, and then we'll be ready to start getting all of the tins and accessories put on, and man, get us one step closer to getting this thing in the car and rolling down the road. So looking really forward to that. Had a lot of fun bringing you guys along. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We will see you next time.